Welcome to Hawes & Pfeffer Garage. This time we're going to piddle around a little bit with aspartame. We've got some cleaning to do. We're going to take a look at our hood vent. Carbon fiber's got a little delamination going on. And then we're going to take a look at a mod we did a while back on the back end. So stay tuned. Alright folks, first thing we're going to do a little cleaning on aspartame. He's very dusty, he's been sitting for a while. Got some kind of, look like dirt dog or poop or something. I don't know. But it's hot, folks. I'm going to be sweating profusely. The weather is not fat kid friendly, just saying. So we're going to do the best we can and try not to pass out in the process. We're going to start off, we're going to blow the big stuff off. Now we're going to use the duster. And I know this can be controversial, but I don't let the duster rest on the vehicle. Just let the fibers hit and just kind of lightly brush. We're going to dust ever so lightly so as not to disrupt the sheen. So now we're going to follow up with a little speed shine and a little rub-a-dub-dub. again, folks, like I was saying, this is not a deep tissue thing, so it's a light rub. Damp cloth, you're spraying with your cleaner slash lubricant, and then you've got your fully clean buffing towel, essentially. So after looking, being up close and personal with him, it is about time for a full day at the spa, but we'll save that for another day when it ain't so powerful hot. So as far as the modification goes on the rear of Aspartame, this is what I was talking about. We have the factory Shelby GT500 emblem. It's kind of cool. Didn't really care for the plastic chrome trim ring. Tried to cover it up with a black trim ring. Still wasn't doing it for me, so I decided to take a different route. So I removed the factory emblem and installed essentially a gas cap. So this is a gas cap off of 67, 68, maybe even 69, I'm not sure. Actual gas cap for a Mustang. And the way that I installed it is I installed basically the top part of a fuel filler from a 67, 68 Mustang. So I have a piece. This was kind of my first go around at it. So basically this is the area that the gas cap actually connects to. Originally there's a tube, obviously it's a fuel filler, so there's a tube here. I just lopped that off, and what I was left with was the piece that the gas cap actually connects to. So drilled a few holes, but installed this piece. It does have to be clocked correctly in order for the gas cap on this particular one, because there's obviously a Cobra on it, so you don't want your Cobra upside down. So you got to clock it correctly, and after that it basically just screws on like a gas cap. It's pretty simple. As far as removing the factory emblem, there's some double-sided tape, there's some alignment rods here, things like that, some foam. It's not too difficult, you just got to be patient. The nice thing about this is, at first I couldn't decide, do I want a black cap or do I want the silver? Well, I got both. And the way that it's essentially taking a gas cap on and off, so I can change it if I want to, or I can get something different. There's a ton of different options out there, even if obviously mine's a Cobra for the Shelby, but if you have a GT, there's the old style GT gas caps. They even have some that don't have any emblem at all, so it's basically just a smooth billet cap like this and like this. So you've got quite a few options. Alright, so like I was talking about, we've got a little delamination happening here in the corners of our carbon fiber hood vent. So I'm going to pop this off real quick and see what we can do about that. So initially I kind of went in with a few tools and kind of busted up the delaminated area, and there's probably some carbon fiber experts that are upset, but again, amateur at work here, so proceed accordingly. Okay folks, so thus far I have tried to clean up as much of the delamination as possible and got all the rough stuff off. So now I'm going to try to lightly sand down the rough areas and kind of get ready for the resin. So wish me luck. So alright folks, somehow or another the epoxy portion of the hood vent repair completely escaped me. Not sure how that happened. However, in the magic of videos, we're able to circle back around and we'll put it right in the perfect spot. So we basically have a two-part epoxy system, part A and part B, 1-2, and they're mixed in a 2-to-1 ratio. You've got your resin and you've got your hardener, and we know this because some smart folks put hardener on one bottle and resin on the other so as not to get confused. We're going to mix it in our sweet little high-speed cup we have here. Not quite as cool as the red Solo cup, but close second. It's got our little numerical values here on the side, so even those that are mathematically challenged, such as myself, will find it a whole lot easier to find that 2-to-1 ratio. Once you get in there, everything poured off in there, you're going to take your state-of-the-art stirrer upper and you're going to get it in there and you're going to mix it up real good. Get everything all happy, mixed, cohesive like, right? And then we're going to take our applicator. I prefer the foam ones like this. It seems to help me prevent a lot of the bubbles that can get in there, you know, which is why the factory does all of this in a vacuum to help eliminate or massively reduce the bubbles. But we're going to get this, we're going to spread it real nice, try to be as smooth as possible. Now during this process, obviously there's chemical sorcery happening and things starts getting hard, right? And it gets hot, folks. It gets powerful hot. You can see what it did to our little cup. And yes, I obviously used too much. It happens, right? But the good thing about this is you're going to know when your resin is fully cured. Once this is fully cured, you're going to know that what's on your part is fully cured, and you can start sanding without creating a big gooey mess that you have to spend an hour trying to remove and redo. And anyway, experience. Anyway, so the nice thing about that is that you're more than likely going to have bubbles. You're going to have imperfections, just like with painting. You can have runs and all of that kind of stuff, uneven layers. So you use the sanding process to correct all of that. The better you are at applying the epoxy, the less work you have to do on the other side. I always have to spend a ton of time sanding because I'm not very good at applying it. So it is correctable though. Don't freak out if you see, you know, a bunch of bubbles and lumps and things like that. You can just sand everything down. Once you get, even if you've got some bubbles, you know, you still have the ability to sand it right back down and reapply the epoxy if you need to. It's kind of a long process, but it's not insurmountable. So with that, I guess we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright, Meow. Our resin is set, but we've got a lot of bumps and lumps. So we got to get that knocked down. We've got various grit sandpaper everywhere from about 150 to 3,000. Use a little H2O to help the process, helps keep the sandpaper from getting clogged up, things like that. And then we've got some polish on the back end to get it all slickered up. So the only thing left to do now is a whole lot of rubbing. So we're gonna get to it. Hopefully you can see this is where we've been rubbing on. You can see we still got some low spots in here we got to get to. This is basically how it started out. Probably could have done a little better in the application, but you know, it'll all work out in the end. But it's just a little more work on this side to get it smoothed out. So I think we've got most of our sanding done. So we're gonna do a little polishing, get it all slickered up. Okay, Meow. Got tired of rubbing the old-fashioned way, so I had an old polishing pad that makes it a whole lot faster. Patience, when it's hot, gets a little thin, so we're gonna run some power across it. Alright, so this is finished product. It is perfect by no means, but I think it looks better than it did. If you get real close, you can see where I ran out of talent. But like I said, it does look better than it did. So we're going to call it and move on. Well, that does it for this time on Haas and Pfeffer Garage. Please don't pay any attention to the Cub Cadet back there. He's just trying to get some attention. There's nothing to see here. far as Aspartame goes, we got his hood vent looking a whole lot better. Not perfect, probably better ways to do things. Ran out of talent / patience. But hey, man, if you don't see how to do something here, you'll probably see how not to do something. We went over our rear gas cap mod, and then we got Aspartame cleaned up pretty good. He's looking all right. Definitely do a day at the spa. We'll get to that sometime in the future. And I got a big mess to clean up here. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.